to Fairport 10.
And I think Massillon kicks them all there just to make their special teams better and make a statement. No, honestly, I think, you're up. You can, if he does break one, but, you get a little bit of coaching out of that because you're going to see return guys the rest of the way.
Back is Collins, looking right, looking left, now throwing. It is caught at the 50, broken tackle. It's Carter trying to cross the field, flag down behind the play, going all the way across the field and down. He ran from nearly the numbers to the numbers along the same line, and he's down at the Massillon 49-yard line. Now let's check the flag.
We got a face mask.
So that will add some on for Hoover. That'll move the ball to the 44 of the Tigers. 1st and 10 for Hoover.
Yeah, it was going north and south, and I think the face mask kind of spun him east and west, and he could never find a place to put his foot down and get back on north and south. North and south mean getting up the field.
Right. McKinley up on Medina at halftime, 7-0. Medina has 30 yards of offense in the first half, but they trail only by a touchdown. Handoff up the middle.
Oh.
It is to the 42. Going at Jack Andes, 2-yard pickup, and somebody for Hoover, his helmet came off and he got kicked out of the pile there. That is Wyatt Vizzini, who was singled out by his coach. To me, this during the interview, talking about backups coming in. He never played until the middle of his senior year, but he got to play because of an injury, and he's done very well.
Yeah. That looked like a pumpkin rolling down the middle of the field there for a second.
It really did.
It was crazy.
Trips near side, one out to the right, wing right. Collins straightens up and throws. Incomplete, intended for Andes at the 40. Would have only been a couple of yard gain, and now it'll be 3rd and 8 for Hoover from the Tigers' 42-yard line. 3:35 left in the first half. Hoover scored first. Massillon has scored the next 5 times. They'll bring 3 to the near side, 2 out to the right. Collins back to throw, 4-man rush, looks, throws middle, incomplete, intended for Andes. Coverage by Deontay Malone. And Collins looking a little rattled back there by what's gone on. He didn't really have any pressure on him that time, but he threw the ball over the middle behind Andes. And now it's 4th and 8 on the 42. And the Hoover, looks like the punt team is coming on.
Yeah, it almost, Andes looks like he had a box and one around him. He had a triangle and another guy on top of him there. And you can't force it in there. You're going to have to look for someone else. I mean, Massillon's going to take that away the rest of the night.
Andy's set up to punt on his 45-yard line. It's 4th and 8 across the 50. And before the snap, the play clock runs out, but the back judge saying reset the play clock. So apparently it was not set correctly. So Hoover will get a chance to punt this ball away. Winner of this game plays the winner of Ashland and Columbus DeSales next week. If it's DeSales, the game would be down there because they are the 2 seed in the region. Massillon the 3.
Next time I was down to DeSales was 2007. We had an upset win against them. They used to run the wing T.
Kick is away. Nearly blocked, taken on the 5, and the return man breaks a tackle. Still breaking tackles, He's out across the 10 and out of bounds. I think 6 different Vikings had a hand on him back inside the 5-yard line. Somehow he was able to get to the 12-yard line, and where it will be first down for the Tigers with 3:18 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I guess if you're athletic like that, you can do that, but usually you're going to put your heels on the 10 and let that ball sail over top of you.
So 1st and 10. McMullen will be in as the running back. Had a touchdown on his touch on the last possession. One back. Patterson throws far side, caught by Jackson, steps out of bounds on the 17-yard line. So that's a pickup of 5. Second down and 5. This time they go with a tight formation, a receiver each way, tight end left, wing right. Patterson hands off, McMullen up the middle to the 20. And players still going at it after the whistle. And they stop play, but no flags, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 on the 20.
I think it was last year they just started calling high school basketball the flop call. It's
yes.
That you could have called the flop call. A lot of kids idolize LeBron, and they watch. Massillon kid looked like you got beat up, but it was.
Yeah, it was a standoff.
Yeah,
no doubt. Patterson with the Vikings all up on the line of scrimmage, except for one. On 3rd down and 2, handoff, 1st down and more to the 30 and out to the 34-yard line. That was McMullen.
Yeah, great run by McMullen. He had a little bit of clutter there right outside of tackle, and he just high knees is what they call that, and he just kept his feet going and went right over top of that. A nice run.
So 1st and 10 on the 34, 2:10 to go. Clock running, first half. 2 receivers to each side. Patterson looks to throw, goes out on the left, caught, missed tackle, 45, 50, 40. He's gone. 66 yards.
Almost like North Kentwood just kind of lulled to sleep there on the outside, and they've been running, and both the DBs just not real good efforts on the tackle there.
So it will be Herrera for the extra point.
A couple of guys miss, wiggling his way through that Hoover defense.
Greg Corsale holding. Kick is good. 1:49 left in the half, 42-7. Tigers will take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarchone Auto Group on Q92.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarchone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, the Massillon Tigers have erased all doubt in this one, leading 42-7. DeSale's up on Ashland 23-14 at halftime. It is 42-7 here. And still got time for another score, I think, before halftime.
Plenty of time, yep.
Some big runs by McMullen, and it led to a big pass. Patterson.
So Herrera ready to kick off.
6 yards. 66-yard Turner by number 6. Deontay Herrera by pass. 4-8 Randy Patterson.
Ball in the air. That one's going to come down to Andy's on the 3. 10, 15, 17 or 18-yard line. Sebastian Harper and Josh Williams combining on the tackle. Williams with his at least second special teams tackle tonight. So the minute 43, Tigers with one timeout. I realized how long ago that seems that they took that the first time out on the second Hoover possession, and the second when Nate Moore was angry about the officials call down here.
Yeah.
It seems like it was a long time ago, because it was. It was nearly an hour ago. Two receivers to either side, actually three out to the right, two to the near side. Collins takes the snap. Four-man rush. Now he's going to pull it down and run, and he's down maybe at the 19-yard line. Seems like he's running when he doesn't really have to in that case. You said he may be looking for one and then taking off, but he's not giving a lot of time for that to develop.
No, because the Y on outside was actually open there, but his eyes were inside, and he doesn't see it. He's not going to maybe the second person, but he's not looking third.
Over the middle, it's a catch to the 25 and out to the 28-yard line. That catch by Elijah Freisen. He's cut down by Christian Culler. And it will be a first down to the 28.
Nice catch there. He got a good hit high-low and spun it, but he got right back up and handed the ball to the official and got the first down.
First and 10 of the 28. Collins back. Looks right. Now pulls it down, and he's down at the 16-yard line. Timeout. And an injured player, slow to get up player actually for the Tigers. And we have a flag down after the play as the teams are walking to the sidelines. I don't know who called that timeout. Never saw a signal, but now a flag comes in after the timeout is called.
I think Hoover called the timeout, and I don't know
if it's some
sideline warning again, or he's going to pick it up. Yeah, he's picking it up. I think the line judge on this side didn't know Hoover called timeout, and some of their guys started rushing the field, and I think he thought they were coming off the bench, but there was a timeout.
Gotcha. All right, so it's a loss of two. I still don't know who took that timeout. If it was Massillon, it's their last one of the half with 48 seconds. From the 26-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 12 for Hoover.
I think it was Hoover because this line judge didn't know there was a timeout, so I'm going to go with Hoover on this. But
all right, next week, if McKinley wins tonight, they would play either. Well, they're going to play Mentor if they win this week. Mentor well ahead of Jackson. As we said, the winner of this game will play the winner of DeSales and Ashland. If DeSales wins, it's down there. If Ashland wins, it's in Stark County. And Lake, as Hoover starts this play, it's a quick dump over the middle and drops. That was Freisen again. Couldn't hang on, so it's 3rd down and 12. Lake as the 4 would play the 1, which would be Akron Hoban if they beat Boardman tonight. West Branch would play Perry next week if they win, and the 1 seed Perry beats Cathedral Latin. Here's a handoff on 3rd and 12, and it is Lameline going for about a yard. And now the Tigers take their last time out. It hit 42-7 with 37 seconds left in the first half. The Tigers take time out.
Yeah, I'm going to say Mentor's going to probably hold on. They're up almost 50 right now. So
right.
And Hoban, I imagine, is going to take care of Boardman.
Basically, everybody in Stark County is going to go on the road next week. If form holds, if the seeds hold, I think everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
East can't be the only one. I don't know if they win where they're at. They might be playing a 1.
Let's see. Malvern, if they were to beat Monroeville, which is a tall order, they would play McDonald, which is the 1, or the 8 Warren JFK. East Canton is the 7. So they would play the 1. No, they would play the 3, which would be Mogador if they beat East Palestine. Punt for Hoover, and it's blocked and picked up by Hoover. He falls on the ball on the 30-yard line. And that's Tiger football. Blocking a punt up 35 with 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, big 58 wide. Porter's been there almost on every one of them, but snap was a little bit slower, and he's a big body. I don't have his height and size, but that might have just hit him in the gut.
Yeah, they almost got the last one.
Yeah.
And do get this one. So the Tigers take over on the 28-yard line, and Patterson looking downfield. Now he's going to run, coming near side and chased out of bounds on the 20 by Carter Lukens. So he picks up 8 and stops the clock at 26 seconds.
Hey, you might want to get a score here. You might want to try just a field goal just to get his confidence back. What you said, he's 1 for 4 in the season?
1 for 3.
3.
1 back. 3 receivers left, 1 to the near side for Manny Patterson.
Now you are dealing with the kicker. It could make it even worse. He might miss it.
Patterson back to throw. Throwing for the end zone and caught by Jackson. And a touchdown.
Wow. Making it look easy. What a ball and what a catch.
Caught it right at the back corner and got 1 foot down, at least 1 foot down. As Patterson, with, like the kids say, a dime to his receiver.
I thought they say 6'7" now.
They say that for whatever, just everything. So I guess you could say that for in that case. If it applies for everything, you could say it there. Number 7.
Yes.
Is the kicker, Mateo Herrera, on for his 7th extra point of the night. And it's good. 20 seconds left in the first half. And the Tigers running up the score on Hoover unabashedly. We were already going to have a running clock to start the second half. The Tigers had to get that last 7, blocking a punt in the last moments and scoring on, well, they threw on both plays. The first play was the quarterback pulling it down to run. But that was Nate Moore saying, I want more points. I need to have 50 at halftime to be satisfied.
Love to be hated. That's what it comes down to, and they can back it up.
They've been able to do pretty much anything they want. They've not been shy. They're kicking this direction.
Tigers eventually will kick off.
Onside?
Why not?
Brady Hassett is also been a part of it. Herrera sends it away.
Herrera, short kick and an offside.
Crossed the line early for Massillon. He defeats him, will have to pick it again. Looking at that forecast, talked about heavy winds. They had talked about a lot of rain. Some of that earlier today. He's been pretty decent for the most part. I don't think it's
So they'll back him up to the 35, where it will be another attempted kickoff. by Herrera with 20 seconds to go in this interminable first half. I think it's bad for me. If I was wearing a Hoover uniform, it would be even worse. Kick comes down at the 25. Andes picks it up, I think. Yep, that's Andes out across the 30, about the 34, 35-yard line. Tigers trying to rip the ball out. They'll stop him on the I don't know. They haven't put the ball down yet. Put it on the 33. Collins under center, takes the snap, takes a knee, and that might do it for the end of the first half. Well, the Tigers lead at 49-7 at the break. We'll send it to halftime. You'll have news. We'll have scores of other games, and we'll let you know about what we might have coming up next week. Team's heading to the locker room, and we'll have a running clock when we come back out for the second half. The only saving grace for tonight. 49-7, Massillon leads Hoover at halftime. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. As the federal government shutdown continues, Northeast Ohio airports are keeping a close watch on possible flight impacts. The FAA is reducing air traffic by up to 10% at 40 major airports today because of staffing shortages, but Akron Canton and Cleveland Hopkins are not on the preliminary list. Beacon Journal reports officials at both airports say travelers could still see delays because of disruptions at other hubs and are urging passengers to check with their airlines before heading to the airport. The FAA says the cuts are intended to relieve fatigue among air traffic controllers working without pay during the shutdown. Meanwhile, Governor Mike DeWine says Ohio is moving ahead with a $25 million plan to help families affected by the shutdown and the suspension of SNAP food benefits. The state is sending $7 million to regional food banks, including $887,000 for the Akron Canton Regional Food Bank and another $18 million in emergency payments to more than 63,000 low-income Ohioans through the Ohio Works First program. DeWine also announced $10.3 million in federal funding to keep WIC benefits available for mothers and children into December. The Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that occurred Thursday night on Route 62 at Beach Street in Massillon Township. Troopers say just before 6 p.m., 36-year-old Joshua Kimbrell of Arkansas was driving a pickup truck and failed to yield at a stop sign, pulling into the path of a car driven by 25-year-old David Foster of Alliance. The vehicle struck the truck's driver's side. Kimbrell suffered minor injuries. Foster, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was seriously injured and flown to Akron General Medical Center. The roadway was closed for about 2 hours. A motorcyclist has died after a crash in Tuscarawas County. The Highway Patrol says 47-year-old Michael McHale of Mineral City was northbound on County Road 66 in Union Township Wednesday night when his motorcycle struck a tree that had fallen across the road. Bike overturned and went off the right side. McHale was flown to Akron General Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries. The patrol says he was wearing a helmet. The crash remains under investigation. Mentalis reported strong third-quarter results with net sales of $305.9 million and net income of $8.1 million, up from $3.7 million in the previous quarter. Adjusted earnings rose to $12 million, and earnings improved to $29 million, driven by strong aerospace and defense shipments. The Canton-based steelmaker generated $22 million in operating cash flow, ended the quarter with $191 million in cash, and repurchased $3 million in stock. Mentalis expects fourth-quarter results to dip due to normal year-end maintenance, but says new defense contracts position it well for 2026. An Alliance man is facing charges after police say he assaulted several people and threatened his brother with a gun. 37-year-old Jesse Knowling allegedly punched his live-in girlfriend in the face Wednesday morning at their North Webb Avenue home while holding a firearm and pushed his brother's girlfriend to the ground, causing injuries. Knowling also is accused of pointing a gun at his brother and trying to chamber a round before fleeing. He's charged with domestic violence, assault, aggravated menacing, and having a weapon under disability. Knowling has a burglary conviction from 2006. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
A judge has stepped aside from the case of a Sebring police officer accused of domestic violence. Mahoning County Judge Joe Schiavone recused himself from the case of 25-year-old Dylan Vesey, who is charged with a misdemeanor count of domestic violence. The case has been transferred from Sebring to Mahoning County Court in Boardman for a pretrial hearing. Deputies were called to a home at West Indiana Avenue and North 16th Street on Halloween for the reported incident. Vesey has been a full-time patrolman since last month after serving part-time with the department for about a year. 2 more men have been arrested in connection with the 2021 shooting death of 20-year-old Bryson Douglas in East Liverpool. The U.S. Marshals Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force took 29-year-old Curtis Holland and 25-year-old Travis Kidder of East Liverpool into custody Thursday after a Columbiana County grand jury indicted them on murder and aggravated murder charges. Douglas was found shot to death on a front porch on Pennsylvania Avenue in July of 2021. The other suspects, Elvin and Alan Tisdale, have already been convicted in the case. Authorities say Douglas was not the intended target of the shooting. A Warren man has been sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for sex crimes involving a family member. 50-year-old Daniel Ortiz Torres received a sentence of 10 to 15 years Thursday in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court after pleading guilty in September to rape and gross sexual imposition. The abuse occurred multiple times between 2015 and 2022 in Youngstown and Warren. The sentence was recommended by both sides and approved by Judge Anthony D'Onofrio. Ortiz Torres was given credit for 452 days already served. Mahoning County commissioners are raising new concerns about the owners of the Southern Park Mall after security guards walked off the job this week. WKBN TV reports the mall's concourses were locked for several hours Monday after guards reportedly weren't paid. Thursday, Commissioner Carol Reggetti called the owners not good stewards for the county or Boardman Township. The mall's owner, Coan Retail Investments, still owes more than $1 million in property taxes and fees over the past year. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly cloudy skies, a chance of showers with a low near 39. A mix of sun and clouds Saturday with a high reaching 54. Saturday night, rain likely, otherwise mostly cloudy, a low around 41. The threat of rain carries over into Sunday, a high near 49. Monday, snow likely, mostly cloudy with a high of 36. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
What's trending? Here's what you can find online.
Q92radiosports.com is the official website of the Q92 Sports Network. It's also your home for all of our high school and University of Mount Union football and basketball games. It's where you can stream games live. Go to our SoundCloud page to relive games from the past. You can check out our upcoming broadcast schedule, get scores from around the area, and find your local sports news. It's all just a click away at Q92radiosports.com.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Halftime at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, and the Tiger Swing Band entertaining the fans that are left at halftime, with the Tigers on top of the Hoover Vikings 49-7. First half, first downs, 12-7 for Massillon. They had 139 yards rushing, 210 through the air, 349 total. Hoover with 56 on the ground, 147 through the air for 203. Tigers had 2 interceptions in that first half. Punting wise, 4 for 25.5 for Hoover, 1 for 29 for Massillon. No fumbles lost for either team. Penalties, 6 for 43 against Hoover, 4 for 20 against Massillon. Time of possession, Hoover 16:46 to Massillon's 7:14. Tigers in the first half. Anthony McMullen, 4 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Owens, 4 carries, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns. Manny Patterson, 2 for 9. Patterson, 11 of 12 passing, 210 yards. The incompletion was a drop. 3 touchdowns. Giorgio Jackson caught 7 for 109 and a score. Deontay Malone, 2 for 76 and a score. Jadis Thigpen, 1 for 21 and a score. George Rivera, 1 for 4. Christian Culler led the way with 7 total tackles, along with Isaac Maxheimer and Zayshawn Murray for the Tigers. Maxheimer had 3 tackles for loss. For Hoover, Jack Andes, 7 carries, 31 yards. John Collins, 15 for 25. Mike Lameline, 1 for 1. Collins, 6 of 12, 147 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Chris Carter's caught 3 for 30. Andy's 2 for 108 and a score. Elijah Freisen, 1 for 9. And Carter Lucan, 6 tackles in the first half. Hoover scored first in the first 51 seconds on an 80-yard drive, 73 of that on a pass from Collins to Andes. The kick was good, 7-0. Then on their third play from scrimmage, Xavier Owens went 51 yards for a score to tie it. He then went 8 yards for a score to make it 14-7. Collins' pass intercepted by Noah Jenkins, who ran it in from 24 yards out to make it 21-7 after 1. In the second quarter, Anthony McMullins from 46 yards out after the Vikings failed on a 4th and inches from their own 46. That was the first play. Then the Patterson to Thigpen, 21 yards. Kick was good to make it 35-7. That was with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. With 1:49 to go in the half. Patterson to Malone, 66-yard pass. Actually, was a very short pass, and then the run after. Kick was good, 42-7. In the final half minute, Hoover was punting out of their own end. Massillon went full block, blocked the punt, took over on the 28. And on the second play, both of which were pass plays, the second play was a 20-yard touchdown from Patterson to Giorgio Jackson. 49-7 is our halftime score. So we have a scout team player to mention for this week for Hoover. And every week, Beatty Sports sponsors our scout team player. And been able to talk to Brian Baum 3 weeks in a row, actually. And this is, we saw him actually play quite a bit in the game last week, this week's Hoover scout team player.
Yeah, this week, it's number 15, Luke Whitaker, the senior backup quarterback. coach said he gets, does a lot of scout team reps. Being a senior, that's what a great young man to be able to step up and do that kind of thing. Like I said, he got some action last week, and we get his names a couple times in special teams. We've called his name, so he's a senior, works hard, and a great honor to give him to the Scout Player of the Week. I think this is the fourth one now for Hoover. They're going to all have new wardrobes there. So, but yeah, we've really enjoyed doing this. It's been a really neat, and I've had a lot of coaches talking about it. And last week, Columbus, Northland, I got down, and I tell you what, Coach Sayers, for them down there, I was ready to play for him after the game. He is a spark plug, and he loves coaching where he's at, and I really admire him. So, I get to talk to some of the coaches I don't really ever get to talk to, and I'm around coaches all the time, and I love seeing the young coaches with that kind of energy. So it's great to see.
Let's see. Luke Whitaker, 6 of 9, 36 yards passing this season. So good on him, and he's our Beatty.
Secure checking. It offers
the 3, which would be Mogador. Mogador playing East Palestine this evening. A heavy favorite. And East Canton holding their own and actually leading at Fairport Harding. So can't always go by the seeds. Then coming back up into Region 13, West Branch. If they beat Norton tonight, they got off to a good start, but Norton has battled back. West Branch would play the number 1 seed, Lake County Perry. Go on the road to Mentor next week. McKinley is, 7 points in 24 minutes. There's no way they're going to get 42 in a running clock situation.
No, it's, like I said, Massillon wants to come out, and I would think, I think the style points are done now. You don't need any more votes from the committee to get in. You're in. So hopefully they're smart enough to, keep their guys healthy and get some backups in, some playing time. And Hoover, I imagine he's going to leave the starters in for a while. The seniors, you might see a Luke Whitaker get some action now. And they're going to keep fighting. That's just the way these kids are built.
Players of the team that's down 4
minutes of your high school
Election and the best
and don't
photos and video.
8-0. Men are up on Jackson 52-6. Big Walnut 36, Walnut Ridge 0. And DeSales leading Ashland, still 23-14 in the third quarter. Medina with that touchdown on the third, but McKinley answered and lead at 14-7. We'll have a running clock here in the second half. Best thing about tonight so far has been Brian Beatty's shoes.
We might have to share those on Q92 Sports later on today.
I will definitely do that.
Yes, a gift from my daughter, Sammy. I appreciate that. She knows my style. She's my shoe guru.
Everybody needs a shoe guru.
Yes.
Still loose. All right. Kickoff by Hoover to start the second half. And
they might onside it.
Let's see. They have 2 stacked behind 2 others here. They will onside kick far side, and the ball is still loose. And I think the Tigers might have recovered. It went through the hands of 2 or 3 different players, but Massillon recovers on their 46-yard line. Braylon Gamble comes out with the ball. So we'll see who's on the field. I imagine the starters will still be out there for the Tigers. You could say that, they didn't play last week. They had an entire week off. So 1 half of football in 3 weeks. I don't know if I would want that as a head coach. In any case, they come out with Xavier Owens at running back and Manny Patterson, the quarterback, 3 receivers. And on first down, it's Owens up the middle, and he gets a yard. The whistles blow, with Owens still standing and everyone else still standing at 46. Owens in the first half 65 yards on 4 carries, identical numbers to Anthony McMullen. Owens had a 51-yard run, McMullen a 46-yarder in the first half. 2nd and 9. And another handoff. Owens up the middle, 50, 45, and dragged down with a first down on the Hoover 44-yard line.
That's just enough for a Tiger first down.
10 yards on the play. Massillon first down.
Everything going Tigers' way. Kind of a high snap to the right, bobbled, and it went right to the running back. And it's just like a quick handoff.
Rivera out to the left, one to the near side. That is the Jackson. Tight end Ullman a wing to the left. They have 2 receivers out there to the left side, and Owens in the backfield. Another bad snap, but he hands it off to Owens, running near side 40, looking for somewhere to cut. No defenders in the area. He's eventually ridden out of bounds on the 31, so that's 13 more, make it 14 more to the 30.
Yeah, Logan Allman again, the H-back leading up through there. Tough-nosed kid.
Same formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the near side, and a wing left. They look to the near side for the play. McMullen in now as the running back. On the 30, 1st and 10. McMullen over the right side, takes it inside the 35 or 25 to the 24. And that's a 6-yard gain.
Now, Logan, I might ask Coach, maybe give me a run this half. Been blocking all night. I'll take the ball for a quick little trap up the middle.
McKinley has scored again. They now lead 21-7 with just under 10 minutes to go in that one. End of 3, Hudson 14, Lake 5. Got a safety on a snap out of the end zone on a punt play. And a give up the middle. McMullen dragging tacklers down to the 16-yard line. He gets 8 yards. He's the small back, and he's dragging Hoover tacklers down the field. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 16. Clock continuing to run, 8 minutes left in the 3rd. 49-7 Tigers.
Yeah, Hoover's not exploding tackling. They're grabbing right now, just holding on. Hudson, they scrimmage, I think, the last 4 years in a row, so they kind of know each other.
Here's Owens with a handoff, and he's hit in the backfield, and he'll go down for no gain on the play. Chase Lukens was in there quickly for the Hoover Vikings, along with Jake Lukens. I don't know if he's related or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of like Lewis with the Maddies and Neffs. They're all kind of related, not related.
Chase Lukens and Carter Lukens are not related.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to throw a third one in there. Sophomore Jake. It's got to be related to one or the other, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Patterson throws it out to the far side. Wide receiver screen. Thigpen makes a man miss. Gets a block. He'll score. I don't know who threw that block, but that's what got him into the end zone. Thigpen made the first man miss, and the second man just got pushed 10 yards downfield. And it's 55-7.
Yeah, I think it was 21, Geo Jackson. Lewis will always say he'd get a leopard head there. Key block for a touchdown. That was a really, really nice block. It's just a bubble. Your wideouts has to make the first guy miss, the not being blocked, and the other guy he just had tied up and ran him through the back of the end zone.
We got a player from each side going off the field. Now, one going back on for Massillon. That's Landon Hose. A tight end taking the place of Logan Allman. So Herrera, who's been perfect tonight and perfect all season. This would be his 8th of the night and 47th straight on the year. It's up and good. Timeout, 5:55 left in the 3rd. And it's 56-7 Massillon. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
RG Drag, Star County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
5:51 to go in the third. 56-7 for Massillon. East Canton now leading Fairport 32-10. Menor way up on Jackson. Hudson leads Lake 14-5. McKinley 21. Medina 7. Fitch 21. Green 17. That's with 5:50 left in the third. I haven't seen a West Branch score in a while. Last one we had was 28-14. Here's a kickoff down to the 6. And Andy's up the middle to the 25 and to the 27. 1st and 10 for the Hoover Vikings.
With the special teams return for the Vikings. Marcel Hill on the tackle for the Tigers.
Clock is running even now. I don't think the clock ran on change of possessions last week. I don't think it was in this situation in the Hoover Northwood game that it would have been running right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought it was supposed to, but I don't think it was. Every time I always question is this the college rule, the high school rule, the pro rule, whatever. Every time I think I have it, it's the wrong one.
Yeah, they change them up all the time. And
Collins throwing to the right side. It's caught to the 29-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 5. On the catch by Michael Stater with his first grab of the evening. 2nd and 5 for Hoover.
You know, you stress the kids, especially football. It's such an 11-man sport. It's such a team sport. And Andy's maybe the best kid athlete, football player in the county this year, but just one kid can't do it. You got to have 11 when it comes to football. You got to work as a team, and he showed a lot of spark and a lot of effort tonight.
And Collins back to throw. First man not available, so he runs and he gets back to the 30. So he actually picks up a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. After 3, West Branch 28, Norton 14. So the Warriors trying to move along. They had a bye last week.
And Norton's put up a lot. I think they're averaging 53 points a game, and they control that kid. They don't throw the ball real well. So you wanted to get up early on them and kind of control the game from there.
Collins back, throws middle, caught, and it's Andy's crossing the field, and he's going to go down on the 39-yard line. Brought down by Isaac Maxheimer. That will be a Hoover first down, and it will be their 8th of the game. And 5 in the first quarter, and only 3 since then. We're 2:50 to go in the third as Collins again back. Sets up, going to throw deep far side, and it's intercepted on the 40, back to the 50, and a big hit put on at the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Nolan Martin of Hoover. I think that was Christian Culler with the interception. Nope, it was Noah Jenkins, who had the interception return for touchdown earlier this evening. So he gets that one, or his 2nd of the night, and his 2nd of the season. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. And a new quarterback in the game for Massillon. And it's a handoff over the right side. Goes Sebastian Harper, and again dragging people, but then the ball comes out. Hoover has the ball, and the back judge is saying it's Vikings football. So Hoover steals the ball away there, forces the fumble. Trevor Harris with the recovery, and so the Vikings will take over on the first turnover of the night for Hoover on their own 33-yard line. Clock running, 1:20 to go in the third, 56-7 for Massillon. Collins back in there. They go again with the 5 wide, 2 to the right, 3 to the near side. It's going to be a handoff, and coming up the middle to the 35. And that will be it. Ball carrier was Michael Lameline. So we should have one more play here in the third quarter.
Nobody has ever really tested.
This time 3 come to the near side, 2 out to the right on 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings on their 35-yard line. 4 down linemen for the Tigers. Throw near side, caught. Carter, 45, had the ball stripped away, fumbled, and Massillon has it on the 45-yard line. Jaden Williams comes out with it. And dueling fumbles, and the Tigers will take over on the 45, and that's the end of the third quarter. So after 3, 56-7 for Massillon. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Hudson Leading Lake in the fourth, 14-12. Holman 38, Boardman nothing. That's a final. DeSale's now up on Ashland 23-21. That would just be just about right if Ashland ended up winning that game. Earning the right to come here next week. And McKinley up 21-7 on Medina in the fourth. Massillon from the 45 of Hoover. It's going to be a throw to the near side. Catch by Benny Anthony, and he's down the sideline to the 35-yard line. Eli Moore is the quarterback for the Tigers. He's a senior. Coming in tonight, he'd thrown 15 passes and completed 5 for 50 yards and a touchdown. That got it to the 34-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 34. They have Van Hawkins out as a receiver to the right, along with Anthony.
Taking the snaps on this drive.
One to the near side, handoff up the middle, and down to the 31. Goes Sebastian Harper, a junior.
Zach Ziarko with the tackle for Hoover.
Pick up about 3 on the plate at the 31.
Hoover's making some substitution here, getting some of the seniors out. Defensive side of the ball.
Sarko just went out, just made that last tackle, and so he heads to the sideline. His high school football time is up. 2 to the right, wing right. They'll throw it out to the right. It's caught. 30, 25, flag down.
Eli Morris pass complete to number 3, Benny Anthony.
Catch by Anthony. going to be close to a first down, but we'll see what the flag is. Look like it might be a hold against the Tigers, and it is. So that'll wipe out the first down and back the ball up to about
Holding offense number 4, 10 yards, second down.
the 37-yard line. So it'll be second and 13. 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, we were talking about Zarco, the last play there. His dad played at Indiana. He's starting to get some interest, some bigger schools. I know Michigan State's come on here late in the recruiting process, but he's going to have a nice college career ahead of him.
Here's Moore throwing far side, and a late throw, incomplete. The DB on the far side of the field came up and made a play on it. Pass intended for Pierce, broken up by Gio Bianchi, who had a great week last week running the football against the Vikings of Columbus Northland. Third down and 13 for the Tigers. They lead 56-7. And the only 7 points of the second half. Eli Moore, the quarterback, takes the snap. Nobody's ready. The ball was snapped and nobody moved. So it'll be a penalty against the Tigers again to back them up to the 42-yard line. So make it third down and 18. Fitch 21, Green 17, end of 3. Hudson up on Lake, 14-12 in the third. Actually, middle of the fourth for that one. Lake went for 2 on that last touchdown, didn't get it, so they're down 2. Here's a quick flip to the near side, caught by Harper inside the 35 to the 32. Sebastian Harper picks up 10. And it will be fourth down and about 8 here for the Tigers. 4th and 7 on the 31. 8 minutes to go, clock running.
Something you certainly can't scout at because they just don't know what your numbers going to be.
Austin Pryor as a wide receiver out to the right side, along with Van Hawkins. One to the near side, one back. On fourth down, here's a throw to the near side. It's caught on the 21-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for Joe Pierce, a sophomore wide receiver at 6'5" and 190. So put it on the 21, first down. Hayden Kish going out to the far side of the field for the Vikings, gets a handshake and a hug from Brian Baum. Kish, a senior defensive back. Here is a handoff up the middle to the 15, to the 14, to the 13, and down around the 10-yard line. That's Harper again, set up a first and goal on the 10-yard line with 6:40 to go. Two out to the right, one to the near side on first and goal at the 10. Chase White is a tight end to the right. I think that's him. It is not. Got the wrong number. Here's a handoff, and ball carrier goes down. Harper after a 1-yard pickup. That is Jackson Perry, I believe, is the man who's in there as the tight end. Either he or Braylon Patches. 5:50 to go. Clock running. Second and goal on the 9 for the Tigers. So this game and the Jackson game, the only two not at least within hailing distance for the trailing teams tonight. Second and goal on the 9 Fake handoff. Here comes Moore around the end with a flag down, and Moore will go out of bounds on the 3-yard line. Flag down back in the backfield, and a holding call is going to move this one back. So the Tigers, we've seen have some prolific penalty nights. It only had 4 coming into this fourth quarter, but have had 3 on this possession. East Canton up 32-18 on Fairport. They're just going to the end of the third. McKinley gets a safety. They're now up on Medina 23-7. That's 2:52 left in this one.
Against Hoover for 43 yards.
So second and goal now on the 19-yard line. Moore back to throw. Rush up the middle. Throw caught inside the 15 and down to around the 10-yard line. That catch by Van Hawkins, a junior, sets up a third and goal now on the 11. 4:15 to go. Anthony comes back in as another receiver for the Tigers, with Pryor and Pierce. Pierce to the near side. The other 2 out to the right, 3 out to the right. Third and goal on the 11. Eli Moore in the pistol. Steps back, looks, now he's going to run up the middle. He's to the 10, stiff arm to the 5, to the corner, and he's in for the touchdown.
A nice little scramble there. Eli runs to the high line and sticks the ball across the end zone line and scores.
Extra point attempt by Greg Corsale. Herrera with the tired leg. Corsale puts it up and no good, wide to the right. So it's 62-7 as we take a timeout with 2:53 to go. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Ashland now up on DeSales 27-26. That would be living right if the Tigers ended up with a home game next week.
Yeah.
If Ashland wins that, Ashland would be here for another beatdown. So here at 62-7, and the Tigers will kick off. Greg Corsale will kick it off for the Tigers. Kick is going to go by everybody and into the end zone. So Hoover will take over from their 21st and 10. And they'll have time for 2 or 3 plays before this one runs out, unless something stops the clock. One thing about Ashland, as I said, they were undefeated until week 10. They lost to Lexington, and they dropped from the 1 to the wherever they are now. I think the 7. So that would be a huge win for them on the road against DeSales. Here's a run up the middle, out to the 24, 25-yard line by Gio Bianchi. As we said, got to run the ball quite a bit last week. Collins and Andes are leaving the field. Nice gesture there by Brian Baum as they will go to the far side. And they'll be met by their head coach with a handshake and a hug. So a new quarterback in there now for Hoover. That would be Luke Whitaker. And here's the handoff. Bianchi up the middle, scoots through to the 29. Flag, flag, flag. Now we might see some frustration. Minute 10. Clock still running. So everybody saw it. That's why everybody threw the flag there. So a 15-yard mark off here against the Tigers. We'll move the ball out to about 43 or 44-yard line, but we might only have one more play. Well, they keep going. It's about a 20-yard penalty there out to the no, that's right, 43. That's right. So it'll be 1st and 10. And this could be the last play. Down to 35 seconds. Bianchi in the backfield to the right of his quarterback. He'll get the handoff up the middle. Slips through a tackle, but he's going to be gang tackled at the line of scrimmage. 23 seconds. And we'll see if Hoover will line it up and have another play. Now down to 8. And it doesn't look like Hoover will run another play. So that will do it. Massillon wins it 6-2-7. We'll come back to wrap it up after a timeout on the you're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshown Auto Group on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshown Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshown Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshown Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshown.com.
Go back and relive all the action with Q92 Sports on SoundCloud. Whether it's high school or University of Mount Union football and basketball, we've got you covered from 2016 through today. Catch every thrilling game and heart-pounding moment anytime you want. Q92 Sports is your go-to for local sports action. Find us on SoundCloud at Q92 Radio, and don't forget to stream all of our games live on Friday night at Q92Radiosports.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshown Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
63-7, our final here. Massillon beats Hoover. Fitch has scored and go up 28-17 on Green with 6:48 left. Lake on the Hudson 42 with 4th and 11. They trail 14-12 in the final minutes of that game. So just leave us and go listen to those games, because this game was a rout from the early second quarter on, and the Tigers will move on with a record of 8-3, and we'll see who they play, and we'll see who everybody plays when the night is over, and be aware of all that on Q92 Sports on Facebook and Instagram and X and on YouTube, and we'll keep you posted on that. Of course, the Sam Berkman Show afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN. And that'll about wrap it up from here. Brian, not much to say about this one.
No, I kind of fell asleep that second half. It wasn't much, pretty standard football. But yeah, Massillon took care of business of what they had to do, and maybe they came out a little flat on the first drive, but after that, it was all Massillon.
And let's see, East Canton now up 39-18 on Fairport in the fourth quarter. That's how you avoid being come back on.
Yes.
Keep scoring.
Yes, absolutely.
No matter what sport it is, just keep scoring, and it doesn't matter what they're doing.
Keep that foot on the pedal.
Lake has failed on a fourth down, and so Hudson will take over in the final moments. Looks like the Blue Streak season will end tonight, unfortunately. Looks like Green might go down. McKinley now up on Medina 30-7 in the fourth. Looks like hopefully East Canton can hold on in that one. And also West Branch looks like they're going to advance. And are we watching DeSales and Ashland on the big board? How about that? Amazing. All right, 63-7 our final here from Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, Massillon over North Canton Hoover. And that'll wrap it up from here. Thanks to my partner, Brian Beatty. Thanks to Ryan back in the studios. And thanks to everybody back there. My name is Clint Scroggs. And we'll talk to you next week. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshown Auto Group on Q92.